Hey guys, this is the second of two videos for today. As I said, this is basically a little bit of a connection with BEA in regards to the colour scheme I'm going to end up doing it in. It's of the well-known Airbus family, which we all know. First started off with the A300, which I think had its main flight back in 1974. Proves to be a very successful airliner, and even today it's still being used by a few cargo companies around the world, although there's not a lot of them flying now. But they're mainly employed by DHL, and I think UPS might have a few left, and a few FedEx have them as well. But as regards passenger flights, no, there's not left flying in passenger roles now. So she is the grandmother of the family, as it were. But this little aircraft is actually one of the little babies of the family. I mean, it first flew in around about, I think, 1984, and basically started revenue earning service around about 1996, and with British Airways it started its career in 1999. So what I'm going to do is just turn the camera around now, and as I say, this aircraft is still in use, although they are starting to retire a few of them now in British Airways for the upgraded Neo versions, and I think you've already guessed what I'm going to do. So let's just turn the camera around and we'll see what I'm on about. It is, of course, the ubiquitous Airbus A319. I do have a personal connection with this because my very good friend Alan Harrington, he actually was employed as a purser with BA for many years. He worked on long haul with the old 747s and the old 767s, which he started out on, and also he was offered the role of the A380, but decided against it. Obviously then Coda came along, and obviously BA changed the goalposts, as it were, and Alan felt he'd done enough years with the company, because he started out with them in 1990 and decided to take early retirement. So now he's devoting his role to his photography business and framing business. So there you go. But he had a very checkered career. He was with them for about 30 odd years. So that's a good distinguished record. And the actual aircraft I'm going to build this into, he's actually flown on as well, which he flew on before he left BA. But as I say, he did go on to short haul, and he used to fly on these quite a lot, actually, all over Europe and obviously parts of the country as well. It's a very compact little aircraft, very popular with airlines, and as I say, they are starting to get a bit old now, because I think I think they've still got them within their fleet and probably have them for a few more years. But the one I'm depicting, I think, is going to be retired soon, so we'll get onto that later as I go into the inbox review. But as I say, this particular kit itself in the Revell 1144th range is no longer in production. So I managed to source this one on eBay, and I'm glad I did, because I've actually got the A320 and the A320 Neo also in my stash. The only one I haven't got is the A321 and A321 Neo. So they're two I'm yet to get. So there you go. Anyway, without further ado, we get on with the inbox review itself. Now, if anybody who wants to get hold of this kit on eBay, the kit number is 04215. That's 04215. You got the lovely illustration of the BA Trafalgar scheme A319, as it were, and you do have one of two options in this kit. It's a side opening box, as usual. You've got some photographs of the actual real aircraft itself, which I assume were taken at Heathrow. Other kits on the back in the Revell range. And I think there's a little bit of history about the aircraft itself on the side here as well. And then obviously you've got the box art illustrations with the two colour call outs on the top there, and that's about it really. So again, it's a typical Revell side opening box. I've got one or two added bits to it actually. I'm just going to bring it all out now, and let's just get it all out. Actually, I don't nearly gave the game away then, so I'm not going to do that. But first off, what we'll do, I'll just go through the instruction sheet. As I say, it's a bit faded because it's an old kit. It's out of production now, but there are one or two of these still floating on eBay. You got the history and specifics of the aircraft right along here. It's in the old pamphlet form that Revell used to do. Let's get the Decals sheet out of the way. Obviously got all your symbols there as you go through the process of building it, etc. Then you've got a list of colour call-outs. Mind you, they tend to sort of do it with Revell paints, how you mix them up, but to be honest with you, I'd rather go on the ordinary colour app and do my own sort of sauce. You've got your sprue tree for all the parts of the kit there, which you can see. Obviously you check through those before building it. And then obviously the first stage is you actually put the undercarriage bay in on the nose gear, and then button up the two sides of the actual fuselage. There's no internal detail, so it's a bit like the old Trident kit which I reviewed earlier. And then obviously you've got a colour guide for the auxiliary power unit on the back of the tail there. There's your wings, wing assemblies you can see there, and then your tailplanes and wing go onto the fuselage. If you want it in flight mode, no, that's that done. I think that's just the winglets that go on the end of the wings, because this is the CEO version. And then obviously you've got your glass for your cockpit tub to go in. And then you get a choice of two engines, because obviously you got the V25IE engine, or you can do the CFM56 engine. I think on the BA aircraft it's the CM56 engine. So there you go. Obviously you've got the rear mounts that go in, and then obviously put your compressor blades and the rear exhaust stub on, and then put the two engine casings together along with the air outlets as well on both engines. Next up, you basically put the wheels onto the nose gear bay along with the side doors, or if you want it in flight mode you just have the one buttoned up, and then obviously your engines go on the wings. Then it's the fitment of the gear bays and undercarriage units on the main central wing fuselage. Getting there as well, or if you want it in flight mode, you just put them up. And then obviously you've got your airspeed indicators, or tail or fins, which go on the top of the actual fuselage there. And other airspeed indicators go on the bottom of the fuselage. And then that's it basically. So basically you've got a choice of two colour schemes. You've got the British Airways Trafalgar scheme, which you see there for the colour call-outs, which is the standard scheme, or you can do it in the German Wings A319 version. So there you go. So you've got a mixture of two there. And that is basically it, guys. You've got virtually two sprues, and that's it in one bag. So let's get them out. There's not much to them, to be honest with you, so this is a fairly quick build. You've got your two fuselage halves on the sprue, which you can see there. Again, nice good thing about this is there's some nicely recessed panel lines on this. So it reflects the shape of the little mini Airbus very well. So yeah, that'll come up nice with a wash. So there you go. Very nice indeed. And in fact, the shape of the actual front of the actual nose is very authentic. So very good indeed. And then obviously you've got your undercarriage bay doors. There's your undercarriage pieces. That's right, it's just a spare bit of wash sprue coming off. And there's your closed doors in case you want it in flight, which you can see there. Again, there's some nice panel line detail on them as well. And then obviously you've got your main wheels, as you can see there. There's your fins that go onto the back of the spine of the aircraft. And undercarriage units again, if I can get that to focus, sorry. Little bit of flash on there which can easily be cleaned up, but there's some nice detail on this, ain't no more. So there you go. Then on the second sprue, you've got your compressor blades, which you can see here. Rear unit for the exhaust stubs on the engines, and there's the exhaust outlets there. Tail planes all in one piece. Nice recessed panel lines on there. Upper part of the wing, which you can see there where the flaps are. Okay. And very nicely detailed there, I have to say, guys. Really nice and tall. And then obviously you've got a mixture of CFM 56 or V2500 engine cowlings, and depending on which version you're going to build. So then you've got the underwing, wing, belly and wings, which you can again see there's some nice panel line detail on there, which will come up nicely. So very nice indeed. So that's what you get for your buck, and then obviously you've got your winglets which go on the end of the wings there. So there you go. That is basically it, guys. I must admit, I'll show you the panel line detail on the engines. That's nicely detailed as well. Very nice indeed, I have to say. So yeah, it's quite basic kit. Actually, where did the actual clear parts go? Oh, they're still in the bag here. I'll just get them out as well. There's no clear parts for the window, so you probably have to use a bit of PVA. That's what I would suggest. The only bit of glass you've got is this bit for the cockpit. But again, it is a little bit distorted, but it isn't going to really matter in this scale, to be honest with you. So yeah, and then obviously you got your end of wing light, landing lights at the end there. So yeah, very nice indeed. And then I just put these sprues back in the bag. There we go. And final part of the actual kit itself is the decal sheet. And obviously you've got your German wings markings, you've got your stencils there, and door markings, panel lines, etc. Masks for the cockpit, bits for the engine casings as well. And I love the way they've reproduced the Ultra Falcon flag scheme on this as well. Very nicely done. So I'll probably put these in as a spare source, to be honest with you, anyway, because I'm not actually going to use these for this kit when I build it, which is why I'm coming onto the crux of the matter with a connection with VEA. As you well know, 2 years ago, British Airways celebrated their 100th anniversary of operations. And they basically did a series of jets in retro schemes. I don't know if you remember the 747s, the 3 747s, which came in the BOAC, British Airways Negus, British Airways Landor schemes. And then they did the A319 with the old BEA retro scheme, red flag scheme. And to be honest, I think they did have plans to do other 2 aircraft, but they never got around to it because they were going to do a 777 in the original BOAC scheme, which was used in the 50s, and they were also going to do an A319 in the BEA Speedjet scheme, but it they never got around to it, which was a shame, really. So what I did was go onto eBay and source some decals from 26 Decals. And here we are. And this was one of the last aircraft that my friend Alan Harrington actually worked on. And she's still in operation today, but I think I've heard rumours that they are going to take her out of service soon. So hopefully she'll be preserved alongside her larger sisters. So that is the scheme that I'm actually going to build this in when I get around to actually building it. As and when that will be, again, guys, I can't say, because I don't know how life is going to treat me for the next few months or years, so we'll see. But I've got this in hand for when I do get back on the bench. So this will be one of my first builds, or new builds. So yeah, it's going to look very attractive in this scheme, and it's just a shame that BA never got around to doing the speed jack scheme on this aircraft, because that would have looked really nice as well. And I'll just get the decals out and we'll have a look at them themselves. I mean, 26 Decals do a large range of retro schemes for your airliner kits. They did do a load of BA Red Tail, but unfortunately I've taken them out of production now, so they're very hard to come by. But as you can see, the red is absolutely spot on. They've even got decals for the actual cockpit as well. And obviously you've got some stencils there, so I may probably more than likely use this sheet. And obviously you've got the British Airways 100 logo there as well. So yeah, it's going to look a super little build. So alongside that as well, I've got some aftermarket to detail the kit a little bit more, just to sort of make it pop a bit more. So I'm just trying to get the decal sheet back in there again. So I've got what a company called Metallic Details, and I've got all the compressor blades, as you can see there, rear engine mountings. I've got the internals for the undercarriage bays, etc, 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 as it were. So yeah, that should look really nice with the kit, make the kit pop. So there you go. So that's all going to go back in the box along with the kit, and it will be a added bonus to when I get this kit built, because I've got a number of airliner kits in my stash which I'm going to use as BOAC, BEA and British Airways aircraft builds. So yeah, and that's it. That is the inbox review of Revell's 1144 Airbus A319, and we'll just turn the camera around. So there you have it, guys. Hang on, let's just move the camera down again. That is my inbox review of the Revell Airbus A319. So it's not a bad little kit, not much to it. That's why I got the H-brass set, just to give it a little bit more detail, make it pop. And obviously you've got the unique 26 Decals colour scheme of the BEA retro scheme. So yeah, nice indeed. So that's going to make a superb little kit when it's built. So there you go. That's the end of this inbox review. I'll probably do some more inbox reviews when, I'm not sure, because I'm off this week from work, and I've managed to actually get 4 videos out today, so that's quite an achievement. Even though 2 of them are only short, but there you go. So there you go. Anyway, in the meantime, for all you who are going to Telford, have a fantastic time this weekend. I'm sorry I can't be there, and yeah, I'm gutted I'm not going, and so is Neil, but it is what it is, guys. But no doubt I'll see all your post Telford videos up in the next week or so. So until then, get kit crazy, happy modelling, have a great weekend at Telford, and most important of all, wear your masks and stay safe. Take care, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.